officer. Splendid.
Newcastle upon Tyne, Berwick upon Tweed, and Waverley Station, Hexborough. Platform 1 for the night train commission.
Thank you very much, sir.
The next train to arrive at platform 8 is 10:44 for Cleveland, calling at Newark Northgate, Lincoln St Martin's, Market Railway, Barnsley, Harrow, Grimsby Town, and Cleveland. 10:44 for Cleveland. Next
Clark.
platform 8.
I'm sorry?
Campbell Clark.
Durant! Are you going north of the border too?
Only as far as Durham. Won't you join me? I have an empty compartment.
Oh, I'd be delighted to join. This is a pleasant coincidence.
I was actually expecting a companion, but sadly he's missed the train.
Oh, dear.
These seats are vacant.
Well, one of them is possibly occupied, but...
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good Lord, he's here. Come along, Parvin. Don't keep the whole crew waiting.
Oh, my.
It's all right, old man. You've made it. The fellow hasn't blown his whistle yet.
Not good for you now. Oh, my goodness. I had to run all the way from the taxi cab rack. Quite shaken.
What delayed you?
Late supper with Woolwich and St Albans. Conversation got deep. Oh, I thought I was going to miss it. Durham expects me.
Parfit, do you know Sir Campbell Clark?
Only by reputation.
Then allow me, Sir Campbell Clark. Canon Parfit, Sir Campbell Clark.
This is a very great honor for me, sir. You've been causing quite a stir, I believe.
Only among the ignorant.
So, here we all are.
Yes, indeed. How pleasant.
I fancy we have a quorum, don't you? The law, the church, and the medical profession.
Between us, we could cover any ground pretty completely, I fancy.
Indeed and indeed.
I wonder. There is another point of view, you know.
Meaning?
The point of view of the man in the street.
Ah, the man in the street.
As usual, the man in the street is dozing. You going all the way to Edinburgh tonight, Sir Campbell?
I can never wait to get back north of the border.
You just sorted south to sort us out, eh?
You'll be referring to my lecture to the Royal Scientific Society.
Uh-huh.
You were at it.
Regrettably, no. Woolwich and St Albans were.
You should have been there, Durand. I fancy it's more your line of country. The church and science never did go hand in hand, but you men of the law are more persuadable.
I doubt that, Sir Campbell. The legal mind requires chapter and verse, like the church.
We don't care for change. It upsets us. What was the gist of your lecture?
Dual personality.
Of course, that's your latest hobby horse, isn't it?
Latest. A lifetime's work. The raw surfaces of the mind rubbing together, causing terrible illness. My subject was a poor demented peasant girl, French. Her name was Félicie Bolt.
I've heard the name.
Yes, she became something of a celebrity. Perfect example of dual personality. I was one of the doctors lucky enough to study her over several years. Her extraordinary behavior pattern was quite baffling. My talk tonight was the result of our findings.
Which were?
Oh, you'd have to understand the whole case.
Did you?
I do beg your pardon, sir. We thought you were sleeping.
The man in the street who was always dozing, eh?
Who are you?
My name is Raoul Letardeau.
I feel I've seen you somewhere before.
Yes, I was at your lecture, Sir Campbell.
Ah, you're a member of the society.
No, I am a gentleman of the press.
Oh, yes. I remember. You expressed an opinion.
I did.
I hope it was a good one. Are we allowed to share it?
I simply asked the eminent doctor how it could possibly have happened.
That is a question, not an opinion.
The opinion came later.
I said that all the doctors had been looking in the wrong direction.
The point of view of the man in the street?
And is our friend right?
I don't think so.
Well, you can't leave it there, Campbell. Come on, give us some facts.
Well, Felicie Bolt was a Breton peasant girl. From the age of 5, she'd been brought up by a charitable maiden lady who ran a home for destitute children on the Brittany coast, near Dinard. Are these the kind of facts you want, Duran?
What happened to her?
She committed suicide.
No, before that.
And was it? Are you so sure? Was it suicide?
Of that, there can be no question.
I question it.
What else could it have been?
Murder.
Over to me. In what way did this unfortunate woman meet her death?
She strangled herself.
Strangled herself.
Is that possible?
Her hands were round her neck when she was found, locked in the death grasp. As herself, Felicie was a dull, loutish girl, stupid and slow-witted. But in her 20s, she suffered what we can only describe as a mental breakdown. And it was after that that the other Felicie began to appear.
Was this second persona very different?
Oh, markedly so. Felicie, too, as we termed it, spoke several languages, played the piano passably well, sang, danced, had the most exquisite handwriting. It was beyond comprehension. This other creature knew things that Felicie couldn't possibly have known.
Smells like a hoax, I mean. Did she make money out of it?
No. Oh, she got a certain amount of attention she might have enjoyed, nothing more.
Enjoyed? She didn't want attention. For years, you doctors, you experts, you studied her, you probed and prodded her.
And where were you, sir, that you know so much about it?
Oh, I knew Felicie very well.
Ah.
And Annette.
Who?
Who? You say who? Annette Ravel. The beautiful Annette. When I was 14, my parents were killed in a train crash. And I went to Dinard. I lived at that home.
You lived there?
Oh, yes. It was a cold house, with always a wind. A narrow path led down to a beach, and a road led to the village. There were 20 of us children, and the first one I saw was Felicie Bolt. Mademoiselle came and met me off the train from Rennes. It was the first time I'd met her. All the arrangements for my guardianship had been made for me by the authorities in Rennes.
Are you looking forward to your new home, Raoul?
Yes, mademoiselle.
You must work hard so that you can be a credit to us all.
Yes, mademoiselle.
Are you quick and clever?
I don't know, mademoiselle.
Look, Raoul, here's one of your new sisters. Oh, Felicie, come and say hello to your new brother.
She was plain and clumsy and incredibly strong. I remember on that first day, she took my suitcase.
Hey.
Stop that at once, Felicie.
Hey,
Felicie, no, it will be too heavy for you.
it's mine. It's my case.
It was such an inconsequential little act. And yet now, it seems strangely typical of Felicie. Part of her wanted to reach out, and another part wanted to reject.
The dual personality was manifest even then?
No. You're not understanding me. They were separate then.
They? Who?
No, let him tell his story.
Yes, do go on, please. We're all attention.
How strange.
What?
To you, it's just a story. Oddly enough, the three of us spent so much time together. I never recall any of the other children. Just Felicie and Annette and myself.
Catch it! Go on, catch it!
It was as though the two girls, even then, were drawn to each other by some mutual contempt. And, yes, and envy. Annette had everything to be envied. But Felicie had one thing that Annette longed for. though I didn't realize at the time.
Felicity!
Naughty, Raoul. If she wants to play with me, she must play the rules. No, Raoul! Don't let her hurt me. She's so big and strong, like the oxen of the fields. Don't let her hurt me.
And so she was, strong and healthy. And Annette was not.
Come here! Come here, you big fat doll! Now, kneel down and kiss my foot. My beautiful dancer's foot. Kiss it, Felicie. You know you want to. I can make her do anything, Raoul. I can!
She was that kind of a girl.
She sounds a thoroughly unpleasant one to me.
Yes, I'm sure that's the way I make her sound. And if you go by the bare facts, then yes. But Annette was so much more. To begin with, she was, very beautiful. And she became more so as she grew older. Delicate looks, restless energy. Felicie didn't have to spend all her time with her, but she was drawn to her.
Are you all right, my dear sir?
Sir Campbell, is he ill?
Monsieur, you should have helped her. She needed you.
We helped Felicie Bolt all we were able to.
No.
Short of putting her in a straitjacket.
You don't understand. Annette Ravel. It was that summer that I really began to notice her. After a year, the grief for my parents was beginning to fade. Indeed, shame to tell, I almost blessed their sudden deaths for bringing me to the feet of my adored Annette.
Dear, dear Raoul. Dry my feet, Raoul. Put on my stockings. Over there, see? Run for them. Raoul. You're so sweet. My mother would have liked you. She knew so many young men. They gave her presents. Shall you give me presents, Raoul? A peridot pendant and a diamond clasp, shall you? Dear, sweet, handsome Raoul. She was a dancer, you know. Very famous. But I shall be more so, shan't I, Raoul? I shall be very famous. And people shall come from all over to see me dance. I shall be the toast of Paris. Oh, how I miss Paris. La bella Parigi, città dei miei sogni. That's Italian, Raoul. Do you speak Italian, mio caro? I do. And German. Mother had a German lover and an Italian prince. But she died. And I had to come to this beastly place with all these brats and poor mademoiselle. Oh, Raoul. Raoul. Put my stockings on. Please, Raoul. My feet are lovely and dry now. Please. Raoul. Kiss me, Raoul.
But she was only a child. You all were.
A child? Annette could never have been a child as you would have it. From the earliest time, she had fended for herself. Annette's mother had been a fille de joie, and she'd been a dancer. And Annette's childhood was spent backstage in the Paris halls.
How did you come to be at the home?
Are you still looking for your facts, Mr. Lawyer? Annette's mother had died of consumption, and the man she had been living with abandoned the child.
Where is Annette Ravel now?
She's dead.
And how did she die?
Well, that comes later.
How aware was Félicie of this other girl?
She used to watch her morning, noon, and night. She was attracted to her, like a bird is attracted to a stoat.
You know that for a fact.
Well, of course. I knew Félicie very well. We were both slaves, you see?
Hello, Félicie. Where's Annette? I thought you might be practicing.
She's not, is she?
No. Have you seen her?
Thought she was always where you were.
She's not, is she?
Monsieur Raoul.
Félicie, you don't have to keep calling me monsieur.
I saw you with her, monsieur. Down on the beach. Don't want to have to tell Mademoiselle what I saw.
You didn't see anything.
She's beautiful, isn't she? But weak. I'm strong, monsieur. I'm strong.
I know, Félicie.
Stronger than you, even. Stronger than her.
What are you doing in here all on your own, eh?
Playing the piano, monsieur.
Go on, then. Félicie, don't you look at Mademoiselle?
What's this noise? Stop it, Félicie! Stop it! You must not ruin that piano. Shame on you, Raoul, for encouraging her.
I didn't, Mademoiselle.
Stop that noise, Félicie!
Félicie! Félicie! Don't spoil the piano. Let me play for you. When winter's gone and spring's returning, and hope and love are born anew.
That's better.
For Normandy
This piano must not be used except by Annette.
where skies
Monday she's going to be a fine singer and go to the conservatoire. Practice, Annette.
are skies, the
Practice
stars
makes perfect.
Yes, mademoiselle. And dream in vain, for in my dream. Can you see me at the conservatoire? No thanks, old girl. Not for me, musical evenings with old fogies, whose wives sit prim while they let you from behind their big cigars. C'è un sospiro per il sì, ah, ah, c'è un sospiro per il no, oh, oh, altro per aver provato, oh, oh, un sospiro per non posso, un sospiro per non oso, ed un sospiro
Annette.
cattivo
I love you.
per... Don't pour me, Raoul. Keep your hands to yourself. Jay, what?
Yesterday on the beach.
That was yesterday. C'è un sospiro per il sì. Ah, ah, c'è un sospiro per il no. Oh, oh, altro per aver
I was her
provato.
slave,
Oh,
or her plaything, like Félicie. Yes, perhaps we were both her dolls. Sometimes she would favor me. Often she would not. Usually I was wretched. But when she was kind, I knew such happiness. It was like that until the day I left that house. I never knew from one day to the next whether I was in favor or not. But with Félicie, oh, she was much less subtle. She despised her for her looks, her clumsiness, her dull, heavy ways. And yet she, Annette, was also drawn to Félicie.
Why?
Félicie's strength fascinated her. And her health. Annette's cough was getting worse, and I think perhaps she knew.
She inherited her mother's consumption.
Perhaps Mademoiselle realized it. I certainly did not. Besides, I had other matters to occupy my mind. It had been decided I should go to the military academy. Now, part of me dreaded this decision. Another part of me welcomed it. You see, I wanted to get away. I had to. My love for Annette was becoming a torture. And she, on the other hand, seemed less interested in me. Or perhaps she really did love me, but was too young to... It was the day of my departure, and I wanted to be alone with Annette. There was so much that I wanted to say, but she had become more and more aloof with me. While still wanting my company, she rejected my advances.
You're going to sleep.
It was a trick that she had seen performed on the halls in her youth. She said it was easy, but I didn't think it would work.
Félicie. Félicie.
She's pretending.
You think so?
I don't care. Well, let's go outside. I have to leave soon.
Lucky you. God, I wish I could get away from here. Well, I will, don't you worry. Just as soon as... Félicie, I'm going to whisper something in your ear. And you will do just what I tell you. Yes, Félicie, just what I say.
Félicie? What does it look like?
Does it taste good?
Why, yes. It is the best bread that I've ever tasted.
Stop it! Stop it, Annette! It's inhuman! Félicie. Félicie, wake up! Wake up!
What am I doing here?
What do you suppose? You were eating a candle. I made you do it. I can make you do anything. You're my big fat doll.
You made me? Yes. I remember. You made me look ridiculous.
I didn't have to try very hard.
Annette.
You're mine. I can make you do anything.
One day, Annette, I'm going to kill you. You'll see.
It was only a joke.
Kill you. One day. I will.
Innocence of the child is a divine gift. The very structure of the Bible relies upon it.
Parfin. Humbug, old boy, humbug. You're not a father, I am. Little tykes, the lot of them, given half a chance. This girl was dragged up from the gutter. You heard what our friend says. Well, the gutter sticks, old boy. I know, believe me, I know. Half my clients have a more than passing acquaintance with it.
But children, Durand, young children. I don't mind telling you, if we'd been a Church of England home, none of it would have happened. Children are in a state of innocent grace.
Spare us the sermon, Parfit. They weren't children.
But they were when they began. As far as I can understand it, this girl, Annette, was behaving like, well, I have to say it, a flirt. A harlot, even, from her pubescence.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but that's how it seemed to me.
But a creature from the gutter, Parfit. What example had she to follow? She was her mother's daughter, or that's how I see it.
That does not excuse her in the eyes of the Lord. We're given our trials to prove ourselves.
You are amused, sir?
Yes, I'm sorry to show it. But what a nonsense you experts make.
You think so?
Yes, see, for you, life must conform to your set patterns. But it doesn't, you know? I'm sorry to shake you out of your complacent corners, but out there in the world are an infinite number of imponderables.
More things in heaven and earth, hmm?
You begin to see.
Perhaps.
You will. That's why I followed you here. You must.
Followed him?
I need you to understand. To get it right.
Is that really possible, old man?
When next I caught up with Annette, the war was over. I was in Paris, I was in uniform, but I was about to leave the army. First, I thought she was going to refuse to see me, and I knew well enough why. The theater she was playing in was not the palace of entertainment she had promised herself. It was a low dive, where the shape of her body mattered more than her voice. But then...
Raoul, you can come now.
Raoul, I didn't recognize you. So handsome in your uniform. Have you been fighting for us? Brave, Raoul?
It's not so brave, really. It wasn't the best time to join the army.
Are you going to stand in the doorway? I might catch a cold from the draft.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I beg your pardon.
Oh, Brobov, this is a boy from that ghastly home I told you about. Are you surprised to find me here, dear Raoul? Only a temporary engagement. The Olympia wants me, but we cannot agree the contract. Did I tell you that, Brobov?
Yes, my dear, every other day. Don't you think you should introduce us?
Raoul? This is the Count Brovosky. He's Russian, or so he says. This is Raoul.
Perhaps she couldn't remember my family name. I complimented her on her success. I felt stupid and tongue-tied in her presence. I wanted him to go away so that I could talk to her. All the time she kept up a flow of chatter. At one moment, she disappeared behind a screen, and I was left alone with the Count.
A divine creature.
I beg your pardon?
Anya, divine. In every way. Hurry, Anushka. I'm hungry.
I'm coming. Give a working girl a chance.
Oh, but I do. Every chance. Run along, soldier boy. You're out of your depth.
Voila.
Bravo!
I will do.
Very well.
This is how he is all the time. Full of passion. Oh, these Russians.
Annette,
Hmm?
I thought we might dine this evening.
Oh, that would be lovely. But tonight...
Run along, soldier boy.
Annette,
You see how famous I've become? I told you so.
have you seen Félicie and Mademoiselle?
That old hag. No thanks. I shall never set foot in beastly Brittany again. Shall I, Boris? What is it? What is it?
A trinket.
Show me. Oh, Boris! Oh. You see, I've arrived. I told you I would. All the world is before me.
Oh, you are cold. Then we must make you warm. Hmm?
How far are you going, sir?
As far as is necessary.
For what?
To make you understand.
It is only your version.
Yes, wait. 2 years later, I was working in Lille on a newspaper, only as an office boy. And I got a letter from Mademoiselle. I was to come home quickly to Dinard. Annette was there. What did the doctor say?
They say they cannot save her. The consumption has ravaged the lungs. Oh, Ralph, she was our brightest hope, you know. She went to Paris to study at the Conservatoire. Yes, it's out.
How long will it take?
You don't know. Not much longer. That's why I sent for you. I felt always that you two were...
Yes.
Oh, Raoul.
Where's Félicie?
She attends her day and night. Poor dumb creature, she worships Annette, you know. I suppose Annette is all the things poor Félicie ever wanted to be.
It is odd how people see only what they want to see.
I'm glad that you came. You know what they say? That I will not get well. They say it behind my back. To my face, they are soothing, like talking to a baby. I'll show them. I will not permit myself to die. Mother did because she was weak. I won't. I won't. You hear me? With beautiful life stretching before me. It is the will to live that matters. All the best doctors say so. I am not one of the feeble ones to let go. I already feel better. Infinitely better. Oh, Raoul. I will live. I will. You see her, Raoul? This is how she always is. She's glad I'm going to die. She's well and strong. Never a day's illness in her life. Bitch. Bitch. And all for what? What
good is that great carcass of hers to her? What can she make of it?
I don't mind what she says, Monsieur Raoul. Soon she will be dead, and we will be alive. You and I, Monsieur Raoul. She'll be dead. She'll be knowing the fires of purgatory. I'm a good girl. I'm respectable. I'm a Christian. She'll be dead. But I'm healthy and strong.
You hate me. You've always hated me. Because I am beautiful. You hate me. But I can charm you all the same. I can possess you, Félicité. Remember the candle, Raoul. Remember. Zina, if I was to ask you, you would get down on your knees before me. Carcass. Big, fat doll.
You're absurd. You're dying.
But yes, you will do it. To please me. Down on your knees for Annette. Please, Félicité, I ask you. Down on your knees. You see how with her stupid face. How ridiculous. You may get up now, Félicité. Thank you. It's no use scowling. I am your mistress. I own you.
You're going to die. I'm going to live.
We'll see about that.
I was not there when she died. Apparently it had been a fearful death. Mademoiselle said she had fought against it like a mad woman. I will not die, do you hear me? I will not die. I will live, I will live. But even she could not cheat death. And so it was over. Annette Ravel was no longer with us. Or so it seemed. 6 months later, I was called to the home.
Félicité Bolt, she's so changed. After poor Annette left us, Félicité, it was a total collapse. Perhaps from the grief. She took to her bed, was restless, crying out in the night. Almost as though she had a fever.
She's better now.
Better? Sometimes she is as she used to be, and then quite suddenly so changed.
How?
Like a different person. And do you know, she even plays the piano.
Félicité?
Sometimes. Only sometimes, when she's different. She even sings well.
C'è un sospiro per il no. Oh, 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 braccio per aver provato. Oh, 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 un sospiro per non posso. Un sospiro per non posso. C'è un sospiro cattivo per aver iniziato. Dear Raoul, don't look so surprised. C'è un sospiro per il sì.
No, I refuse to listen to any more of this ridiculous nonsense. It goes against the very structure of my belief. Why are you so making the whole thing up, or the unwitting dupe of an evil hoax?
It is what we doctors, when we were finally summoned, observed.
Then you also a fool. You doctors, what do you know?
It is clear to me it was a hoax. Felicie had been studying Annette for years. You said so yourself. Now, with her out of the way, Felicie was able to have a moment of attention, her moment of glory. Up till then, the wretched Annette had always stolen it from her. You should have had a lawyer on the case. We'd soon have sniffed out the lie.
We did have. Maître Cambelier, most eminent man of his day.
I simply refuse to believe it.
What do you think I'm asking you to believe?
That this girl's spirit could take over Felicie's body, could share it. Preposterous nonsense. Sir Campbell, you simply cannot believe it.
Belief? I've always found belief a tricky one.
I will not sit by and accept the evidence of the man in the street. Spirit after death is called to God.
Spirit? What exactly do you mean by that? I've always found you a bit vague, you church chaps, when talking about spirit.
God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
Mumbo-jumbo.
I must protest, Sir Campbell. St. John 4:24.
Yes, Parfit, but what does it mean? What is spirit? What is life? I confess I don't know. I, a doctor, am forced to admit that I haven't an inkling what life is or where it goes at death.
The Church is very clear about it.
The Church is not clear, Parfit. The Church seeks to possess its flock, just like the girl Annette. Down on your knees, you say. Believe whatever we tell you. Well, I'm asking you, Parfit. What is life, What is it? Where does it go?
You see how we experts bicker, my dear sir, when what we should do is just listen. I don't think you'd finished your story.
Oh, no. I ran away. I couldn't help myself. But I didn't stay away. I went back several times over the year. And I saw Felicie gradually. Play something for me, Felicie.
Don't mock me, Monsieur Raoul. I cannot play.
But you can, Felicie, I've heard you.
Don't mock me, please, Monsieur. People play tricks on me here. Such tricks.
What tricks?
They put the clocks forward. Days disappear. It's her, isn't it? That bitch. She's still... Help me, Monsieur Raoul. Help me.
Dear Raoul, it's so good to be healthy, to be strong. Non essere tanto stupito, carissimo Ralph, amico mio. Kiss me, Raoul. Un bacio, mio caro.
Felicie,
What?
you're speaking Italian.
Of course, I am not as stupid as I look.
And how do you look, Felicie? Come with me. Come. How do you look?
Why? What it looks. I am strong.
And I'm a very fine actress. And I can play many parts. And play them very well. Kiss me, Raoul. You know that you want to. You know that you do.
We must do something.
I know that. But it has nothing to do with poor Annette. She was such a refined girl. So sweet and gentle. Poor Annette.
Mademoiselle, Felicie needs your help. She needs you.
Felicity. Are you all right?
Of course.
Raoul is leaving. Say goodbye to him. I'll pack you some food for the journey. Don't worry, I will look after her. I will contact the doctor if you think that is best.
You must. Goodbye, Felicity.
Monsieur Raoul,
Yes, Felicity?
it is her doing.
Who's doing?
That bitch. When she lived, she always tormented me. And now that she's dead, she's bad, that one. She's bad, I tell you. She would take the bread from your mouth, the clothes from your back, the soul from your body.
Oh, dear God.
Sometimes I hear her voice. Not in my ear. Not in my ear. Inside my head. She will drive me away. She will drive me away altogether. And then what shall I do? What will become of me? Where will I be then? If it should come to it, Monsieur Raoul, I am very strong with my hands. Far stronger than she can ever be. Very strong. She will not survive me.
That was the last time I ever saw Felicity Bolt. I came to London, I started working in Fleet Street, and I tried to put the whole story out of my mind. And then tonight, all these years later, I attend a lecture for my newspaper given by the famous doctor, Sir Campbell Clark, and he is speaking about the case of Felicity Bolt. And I have to tell him, for all our sakes.
I don't believe it.
The clothes from my back, the soul from my body.
I won't believe it. I daren't.
Did Felicity strangle herself, or... I tell you, the history of Felicity Bolt is the history of Annette Ravel. You did not know her, gentlemen. I did. She was very fond of life, I promise you. I know. Where does the life go, you ask? If this is only the residence for life. What do you do if you find a burglar in your house? You get rid of him, don't you? Perhaps you even kill him.
Dear God.
C'è un sospiro per you see, c'è un sospiro per you know, altro per aver provato, un sospiro per non posso, un sospiro per non oso, ed un sospiro cattivo per aver iniziato, un sospiro per pensato.